Aba, a reserve high school student and former track runner, has not been able to race the same as she used to since she experienced a severe foot injury. And although she is regarded as attractive by her classmates, she is not interested in the boys around school. While working part time at the Garden Cafe, Akira begins to develop feelings for the manager, a 45-year-old man named Masami Kondou. Despite the large age gap, Kondou shows genuine concern and kindness towards the customer of his restaurant, which while viewed by others as soft or weak, draws Akira to him. Spending time together at the restaurant, they get closer, which only strengthens her feelings. Weighted down by these uncertain emotions, Akira finally resolves to confess. But what will be the result? This anime has about 12 episodes. It premiered January 12th to March 30th of 2018. Based off the series genres drama and romance. Theme is workplace. Each episode is 20 minutes and it's rated PG-13. Let's get started into the review. We are back again for another anime review. And here I am reviewing the anime called After the Rain. And here we have an interesting anime with a more mature setting. I feel like for this specifically, where we have a former track star in high school, former brother gets injured, can't run anymore, and then, this type of age gap scenario. But this is a large age gap. She's in high school. This dude's like a 45-year-old restaurant manager slash writer. And I think, don't get me wrong, if it was a sensible age gap, this would work. But I feel like for this large of an age gap, it doesn't work. The what I will say, besides them trying to maybe force a relationship in here, maybe not, it might not work. But after the rain, like the visuals are stunning, and I love it. I love it a lot. More likely of the series and severity of this anime, the serious revelation about watching this anime definitely centers upon some middle-aged Jew with high school girl. At a glance at the premise, a quick no thank you for most people will experience that in the best. But despite the moral implications of such romance, these sort of encounters are often less to the more sensual part of it versus more like how to say her having affections for her manager and her trying to confess to him. It's not, they don't make it weird, he's just viewed as more of a friendship, which I'm glad he views as a friendship more than anything else. Often when we have a age gap depicted in anime, it can go either right or wrong in so many ways. And sometimes you think the man is a manipulator, the girl's really confused, and there's no happy ending to be sought for the situation at hand. But when you watch the anime After Rain, it's more of an innocent and heartwarming anime than anything else. I think, sometimes in the anime industry, they take on very profoundly conservational topics, and the focus is not always on the moral concept. But despite that, a story of the ordinary depicting decent people merely put in a very difficult situation. A young girl develops an innocent crush on someone older than who she admires and looks up to, and then a man recognizes the obvious issue, which is a different age gap, does his best to push her away from him and try to lead her back into ordinary like teenage life. Which I respect him for that. He tries to lead her back like, hey, date guys your own age, not me, which I respect that. There's no sexual tension, no outright physical romance. And they too often describe the relationship as something more of akin to a friendship, which I personally appreciate. Even if it's like platonic, perhaps things will stay that way, or perhaps maybe the girl will reach adulthood and find that her feelings still stay true. But no matter what the outcome is, it's important that to remember that After the Rain captures that moment in time of slice of life anime, truer in its form and shrouding in its natural surrounding. And I feel like overall for the two protagonists, Tachibana and Kudo, their co-workers at the garden are a family-style restaurant modeled after the real-life Japanese restaurant Gusto. While most events at the garden are linked in some way to Tachibana and Kudo's relationship, so due to the relationships between the other workers and the glimpse of what their life is like at this Japanese family restaurant. Though these coworkers are hardly developed by a one-dimensional side, more to being either used as a comic relief or jerk do who used to be the punchy bag of the group, and their presence kind of serves as a simple reminder that Tachibana Kudo are just two ordinary people in this big, bustling city that is Japan. And although I feel like this anime is hard, that confessions are meant to be the peak of the conclusion of a romance, that telling someone that you like them may as well be asking for their hand in marriage type of symbol. But For After the Rain, I Like You is merely the start of their story. And for those expecting like this build up of this friendship they might find themselves in this anime, I think for this one specifically, as long as you view that as them with this kinship, it's not really focusing on the aspect of them pursuing a relationship. It's not really not the only thing that the relationship that they are pursuing initially is just merely a friendship that the girl has to realize that they'll only be friends and nothing more, nothing less. But definitely check After the Rain if you haven't already, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I give this anime a 7.5 out of 10. Definitely the environment and the scenery, it was stunning, especially the intros. It reminds me like a bit of like a watercolor feel, which I really enjoyed a lot. So definitely check out this anime if you haven't already, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I'll see you soon for another anime review. Until then, bye!